Hi, this is Kevin, and today's video we are going to reseal the roof on our RV. Come along as we go step by step on what you need and how to do it. The first thing you need to do is you need to determine what type of roof that you have. You either have an EPDM, which is ethylene propylene diene monomer, or it'll be a TPO roof, which is a thermoplastic polyolefin. Depending on whatever kind of type of roof that you have will determine what type of materials that you'll need to do the job. The best way to kind of determine between the two, a TPO is pretty much like a solid white rubber membrane, and then whereas a EPDM is like a multi-layer. It'll have like a black undercoating layer, and then it'll be like a white top coat. The best way to kind of tell is if you look at your inside the vent. If you take out the trim ring on the vent, you could tell if it has black. If you see black, then you got a EPDM type roof. If it's an all white rubber membrane, then it's a TPO. But in my roof that I have here on my 2020 Bullet, it's actually an EPDM type roof. Before we get started, we'll talk about some of the materials or some of the things that you're going to need to do this job. You're going to need to clean the roof. So you're going to need a bucket with kind of a soft bristle brush to kind of scrub, because the first phase we're going to do is we're going to inspect, and then we're going to go ahead and totally clean the entire roof. You could use a type of degreaser. I usually like mixing with like Totally Awesome, maybe with some Dawn dishwashing soap. That works perfectly well and everything to do this. But I'm going to try this. I actually have the RV Duct Coat roof cleaner. So this kind of does the same thing. It's designed to kind of scrub and do your roof, so we're going to kind of use that. Once you get your roof all cleaned, you then will probably need to make sure you check all the seals that go around. So you'll need to pick up some Dicor lap sealant. You need to make sure that whenever you pick it, this is self-leveling, but I think they have two different types. One will be for a TPO type roof, and the other one will be for EDPM. I believe this one I have here is for EDPM type roof, so you'll need to pick up some Dicor sealant when you do around the edges. What we're going to be sealing with, that we're going to do the coating on the RV, is I actually have RV Duct Coat. The only reason why I went with this is that they had a sale at the end of the season at Lowe's where they had this like $20 or less than $20 for a gallon, with the size of about a 30-foot roof that we have, or 30-foot travel trailer. It's about a 25-foot roof. I need approximately about 3 to 4 gallons to do this. It recommends to do 2 coats as far as application, and like each coat, or it does about 65, or each bottle does about 65 square foot per gallon. So once you kind of calculate what you need as far as how many gallons, with mine I have approximately about 200 square feet, so I should have a little bit left over do it. It's better to have a little bit too much than not enough. So I got about 4 gallons of that. Many different types of coatings. They all are pretty much the same, the way they operate. So we can just go ahead and put that or pick up any kind, but the process is still going to be the same. So the first thing we need to do is, once we get up, we're going to go ahead and inspect the roof. We're going to check to make sure there's no cuts, holes, or tears, anything in the roof, and then we will go ahead and do the next phase of sealing, and then cleaning the roof before we actually put the sealant. All right, let's begin. Before getting on your roof, you need to probably consult with your manufacturer to make sure that your roof is a walkable roof. If it already has a ladder that's attached to the back or side or anything, more likely the manufacturer's telling you it's a walkable roof. But if you don't have a ladder, please make sure you consult your manufacturer to determine whether or not it's a walkable roof or not. My Bullet here is, but they didn't have a ladder. So you're going to need some type of extension ladder thing to climb above. Please make sure you use caution when working on top of the roof, because once you start cleaning and scrubbing, the roof can become slippery and it has a chance of falling off. So make sure that you take your time when operating on the roof and use some caution. Okay, now that you're up on top of your roof, you want to go ahead and inspect all the Dicor sealant. They recommend that you probably do your Dicor sealant at least once a year. If it starts getting cracked or brittle, I did mine pretty much towards the end of the last season before I put it in storage, and so I did inspect or make sure that it's all good. But if you do see where there's holes or cracks, or it looks like it's starting to kind of wear out, then you definitely need to go ahead and replace your die-core sealant. I do have a video where I did do the sealant. I'll link that. You'll see the video up here, and where you can link and kind of see how to go through and replace and do your die-core sealant. So that'd be the first thing you want to do. They say you want to make sure when you do your roof, kind of do it on where it's above 60 degrees. I think today the low is supposed to be 63 degrees. But some of the things when you're up here that you want to look for, you want to make sure that there's no tears or no cracks or anything that has caused damage that may have tore your roof. You may have hit some tree branches or tree limbs or anything that could have caused any tears. If you have any tears or cuts or abrasions or anything in your roof, you need to make sure you do those roof repairs first before proceeding. So roof maintenance, I know sometimes this is kind of an understatement that some people don't do this, but you definitely need to go ahead and do this, because you don't want to have any kind of leak or seal or anything that water can get in, because it can cause severe damage to your flooring, to your roof, to your walls. Really destroy an RV. So water is definitely not the friend when it comes to having an RV. All my die-core all looks pretty good. It's a little dirty, it just needs to be cleaned, and so that's what we'll end up doing. Part of the reason that I've decided to go ahead and redo and recoat, if you look, you can see where some of it, where it's kind of starting to wear, and you can see the black, the EPDM start to come through. This will just continue to wear and continue to get worse as time goes. So I want to try to catch this early on to do this and completely recoat and reseal the RV. But there's several places that the black is starting, especially mainly along the roof seams. It seems to be most predominant where it's kind of wearing out. So that's the reason why we're going to go ahead and coat this. Overall, for the most part, it doesn't look too bad or like it really could do it. I think, I could maybe go another half a season or a year to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it now while I have the opportunity to do it, and go ahead so I don't have any problems in the future. Also, if you start noticing, a lot of people complain about black streaks that are running down the sides of their RV to clean, and the people all the time ask, well, why do I got a lot of black streaks? The reason why you have a lot of black streaks is because as it wears out, it'll cause the rubber, the black, will end up going down the side and be pouring down your RV. Some of the areas you want to really pay particular attention for when inspecting your roof, your RV, is right along the seams around the edge. These are always the edges that seem to catch tree limbs, and that will it'll kind of bubble and start to kind of cause separation. You want to make sure that no water, or you want to make sure that it's not separated along there. Some people instead of putting die-core, they use Eternabond tape, which is pretty much what we have here. They did an Eternabond tape that goes around. A lot of people recommend doing the whole edges and everything with the Eternabond, because you don't have to go, it's just a one-time kind of sealing around the sides and the edges, and then you don't have to go back in once a year to do the die-core. They recommend resealing or recoating your roof of your RV about every 3 to 4 years to do it. This being a 2020, we're sitting right around the 4-year mark, so it's about 3.5, 4-year mark. So it's probably time to go ahead and do it. As you can see, there's areas where it's starting to wear and the black is starting to show. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If you was to get it done, professionally done, you could spend several thousands of dollars, about $3,000 to $4,000 or $2,500 to $4,000, just simply having someone recoat the top of your RV. This is something that you could probably do it yourself for probably only about $400 to $500 or less, for just by getting the materials and the coating and everything you need to do it. So this is something definitely to save money for do it yourself. But if you don't feel comfortable getting on top of your RV, then go ahead and have it professionally done. But this is something that definitely anyone could do with the proper time and the tools. Well, I'm not 100% sure about using this little bottle thing. It kind of started to work at first, but once I turned it off or turned it back on, water, it kind of exploded apart on me and I got soaking wet. Okay, now that we have it all cleaned off, we're just gonna let it dry and then we'll get started on doing the painting, the sealing. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go ahead and open up our buckets and we need to make sure we stir them. You see it looks like it's kind of separated.
It looks like soap.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure we mix it all up really good and it'll be kind of like paint. So stir it to where it's all nice and white.
I spilled some.
Don't.
I did.
Don't spill it.
Well, I didn't mean to. It spilled.
So the first thing we're going to do is once we get it up here, we're going to go ahead with the paintbrush and we're just going to kind of go along these edges with like a thin coat and just kind of work. We're also going to kind of go along the sides over here as well, just to make sure that we get down in there. But make sure you pay close attention that you don't, make it where it's, too runny or anything else, because it will drip and stain on your other surfaces. So we're going to do a real thin coat with the paintbrush. We're going to go all the way down and just kind of paint on all around the edges and around everything where the Dicor sealant, and just kind of prepare it. Once we have the areas and everything all painted, then we will go ahead with the roller and continue rolling out the rest of the way. Okay, like I said, pay special attention to along the edges so it doesn't drip and run down the side of your RV. But what we're going to do is going to paint probably about a 3-inch wide, 3 to 4 inch wide band all along the sides there and all along. So we'll do that all the way around and we'll go from there. Okay, so now that we have all the edges, just kind of like a little 3-inch band that goes around everything. Even did our slide out around everything. Now we should be able to go with the roller. When rolling it, I've seen two different methods, or they kind of say two different methods on how to do it. You can either put it into a pan and do like you would like a regular paint roller pan, and like if you're doing paint in the walls, or you can, since it's kind of more like a liquid rubbery kind of thing, you can go ahead and just kind of pour it directly on. I think just to save, so we're not having a mess of having to clean up a pan, I think I'm just going to go ahead and kind of pour it directly on and then go with the roller to spread it out. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and kind of pour it on a little bit and just kind of work it in an area. Well, we kind of made a little bit of a mistake here.
We're stranded.
We painted over here thinking it would dry, and that's the ladder going down. So now we just painted and we're stranded. But this is what it looks like so far. So now we're just gonna let this dry a little bit.
I think it looks good. I think it showing the contrast between the non-painted and the painted.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in the contrast.
Way better. Makes it look better.
It does. And this will be kind of what it looks like protected. I guess my one bit of advice would be is make sure you plan your exit. I didn't think when I was doing it along the edge, and I kind of painted over there, and that's where the ladder is to get down. So we didn't really plan our exit, so we're just going to kind of sit up here for a little bit until this behind me dries enough so we can climb down and then finish this one area. All right, we're up here for the second coat, and it's pretty dry. I mean, there's nothing coming up. It's absolutely totally dry. However, when walking up here on your shoes, it still acts like it's sticky. And little bitty spots kind of start to kind of peel or come up. So, I don't know. You may want to, when you get up for the second coat, make sure that it's completely dry before getting out doing the second coat, is what it says. And from touch and everything, it's completely dry.
It is completely dry.
So, but it is kind of weird with the shoes. So we're going to be up here kind of barefoot and try to do the second coat. All right. All right, there it is. It's all done. Kind of done the third coat, second and third coat. What do you think? Looks like a brand new roof. Well, there we go. That's really not so bad. Here it is. Looks like a brand new roof. Everything's totally resealed and protected and ready to go. So this really wasn't too bad of a task. A little windy out here doing this on the final coat today, but it actually turned out pretty good. Please don't forget, if you continue liking us doing these videos, please don't give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to recoat and reseal your roof of your RV. Another video from KKOA, Kevin and Kim Outdoor Adventure. Bye.